don't call me Miss McGilvery, they don't call me Miss, they don't call me teacher. They have to call me Okiskinomagil, meaning teacher in the Cree language. So that is my name here, Okiskinomagil. I don't have a last name. Because in the culture, how we were taught is you cannot name a person. What is that person to you? And this is all my curriculum that the students give me. But when you give them something to draw, we have one whole period, one whole hour in the Cree classes. One whole hour, and some of them are a lot faster than the others. And you know what I do? I thank them. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for developing this Cree class together. Anigis. And Tutawat. See, there's a lot in this picture. Come on, boys, you have to participate over there. Just look up. As if you're not eager. What is this guy doing? Ha 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 ha. How do you say? Lapis is papil. What does that mean? Ha 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 ha. Papil. Lapis is papil. All right. Takute. Takutewa. Histamina. Nikia. Okay, let's start. Let's say together. Tantegi duten. Danispeak. Otakosi. Unana dete nikia ya penoma. Histamina. Nikia penista. Very good.
Like now all the elders are passing away, and we're learning we're learning their real words and
instead of the new ones that they're making up.
And mostly none of the kids don't know any Cree words
so
these
we're
days.
just trying to keep the tradition alive.
Because there are now how many generations that don't know the language. For example, I'm still that generation, and then my children are the next generation that don't know the language, and my grandchildren won't know the language because their parents don't speak the language. It is my duty as a grandparent and say, okay, I will teach you the language. But I don't see my grandchildren every day because my children have to have their own lives. And this is when that opportunity to teach a language is there. If it's there, take it. Because that opportunity might not be there. It might not be there in other communities, is what I'm saying. And with my children, I spoke the Cree language. And all of a sudden they said to me, Mom, we don't want it. So I gave up. I shouldn't have gave up. I could have kept on. Now they're saying to me, Mom, you should have kept on. Okay, I made a mistake somewhere for somebody to tell me that we don't want it. I should have kept on. They could have eventually picked it up.
¿Cómo están? When we first started, they were really interested in syllabics, basically. They wanted to know what sound it made and what does it say, and like asking those kind of questions. So you can tell they're really interested and they're just excited about the language they speak now. Yeah. There's some young parents that don't even understand or speak the language, so they kind of, when the kids go home and speak the language that we taught them that day, they're okay. Can you help us out? What are they saying? So we'd send little notes home, the Cree word of the day, and we'd write it in syllabics and in Cree, in Roman orthography, and then we write it in English. They just would let them know. So at the same time, they're learning too with their children.
I was teaching last year, grade 7 and 8. I had, I would say, 120 students between the two grades, and from that 120, I had 2 students that spoke Cree, and both students were from other communities. So that's telling you something right there, that the language is dying from the younger generation, especially the students in the school. Since we have support from our board of directors, our education director, people in the community, I think it's going to, I would say within a few years we probably have a lot of speakers, Cree speakers, coming from this within the school, and hopefully within 10, 15 years, the language will be strong again.
Get up and eat your gawin, get away, oh, take your pen out, and eat the man, get away, oh, chigata, uta, aski, guys, here, yaki, sigi, school. Mina, no, chigagi, chigaka, your matis yak. Mina, send moina, and mechi, gawanana. Gayo says, and mogi, chicken again, come to Tawago. Mina, gauna, to town, and moini. Magamita gwan moinan mache gegwan. Kinigate and the penny to gawin, Mina sugat the sun. Mina standing tagasun, and Luch Mina garden, Egosa.